Armenian Service of Radio Liberty recently reported that for some time the Russian military base has been actively under construction on the territory of the former airport near the village of Aygepar in the Bird district of Tovuz region of Armenia, bordering Azerbaijan. According to Armenian media, this development is underway on the state-owned piece of territory on which, back in Soviet times, there was runway for Yak-40 aircraft. Locals say there are Russians amongst the construction managers. This information has become another argument indicating that a certain military facility is being built for the needs of the Russian side. However, the main statement in the Armenian media is that on 17th of June, amongst the outstanding issues for the next meeting of the Armenian government was the issue of signing Protocol No. 2 on amendments to the protocol on the locations of the Russian military base on the territory of Armenia. According to the text posted on the website of the Armenian government, due to the new locations of the Russian military bases on the territory of Armenia, it has become necessary to make changes to the composition of the land plots and real estate transferred to the Russian side, so they are commensurate with the documents that form the legal basis. This, simply put, means one thing: new Russian bases will soon appear in Armenia. It should be borne in mind that the village of Aygepar is literally 1 kilometer from the village of Ali in the Tovuz region of Azerbaijan. In July 2020, this entire section of the state border staged fierce positional battles that led to casualties on both sides and exhausted Azerbaijan's patience on the eve of the 44-day patriotic war in Karabakh. Nevertheless, despite the defeat of Armenian Karabakh, the Tovuz direction remains strategically important for Azerbaijan. State border with Armenia here covers a relatively narrow railway and highway corridor to Georgia, which is of critical importance for the economic security of both Azerbaijan and neighboring Georgia. In addition, there are also oil and gas pipelines, which are significant in a broader geoeconomic context. It should also be remembered that Tovuz, Kazakh and the territories to the west of Ganja city are amongst the most economically and socially active regions of Azerbaijan. Moreover, this region is also densely populated. Therefore, there are many reasons why the theme raised by the Armenian Service of Radio Liberty must remain in the focus. Finally, it behoves one to recall the fact that a peace treaty between Azerbaijan and Armenia has not yet been signed. As it can be ascertained from the last meeting of the Azerbaijani-Armenian foreign ministers, Pashinyan's government seems to be determined to pursue the line of procrastination. In the press release issued by the Armenian government, there is no single mention of this. The Armenian foreign minister reiterated the Armenian side's view that the political settlement of the Karabakh conflict is essential for achieving a stable and durable peace in the region, and in this context he stressed the importance of using the institution and experience of the co-chairing of the OSCE Minsk Group in accordance with its international mandate. This is how the Armenian media summarized the results of the meeting. The purpose of the unexpected visit of the head of the US Central Intelligence Agency to Yerevan, bearing in mind that it took part almost concurrently with the meeting of the Azerbaijani and Armenian foreign ministers, remains shrouded in obscurity. The question that begs to be answered relates to the objectives of the Kremlin. A couple of versions could be reflected upon. One possibility is that given that Azerbaijan is building an alternative to the Lachen corridor, it is part of Russia's contingency plan to dislocate its peacekeepers from Khankandi, Aghdara and Khojavand once their mandate expires in 3 years. It would be naive to assume that upon the expiration of their mandate, Russian contingent would simply leave the South Caucasus and return to the Russian Federation. Quite the reverse. There is a high probability that the contingent will remain in the South Caucasus and specifically redeployed to Armenia. There is still considerable time left before the mandate expires. Given the war in Ukraine and the chaos across the globe, possibilities are nearly infinite. Russian Ambassador Mikhail Bocharnikov's belated but actively publicized trip to Shusha, coupled with the near-simultaneous timing of the meeting of Azerbaijani and Armenian foreign ministers, and CIA Chief William Burns' trip to Yerevan, have given rise to the assumption that some agreements have been reached between Baku and the Kremlin. On a different note, it is obvious that Moscow will do its level best to maintain its military contingent in the future, as it constitutes an indispensable leverage to be utilized against both Baku and Yerevan. Therefore, it cannot be ruled out that the construction of a military base in the vicinity of the pivot of communications and an energy artery of the region could serve two distinct purposes, namely the extension of the Russian military presence in Karabakh and to exert pressure on Azerbaijan in terms of the latter's potentially expanding energy export to Europe. Thus, the new Russian military base on the border with Tovuz will be multifaceted. In the best case scenario for Azerbaijan, it will be used for the redeployment of the Russian peacekeeping contingent in 2025. At worst, it will maliciously be swayed as a sword over the region's most important transport and energy hubs. However, before specific details emerge, any further predictions will be of no avail.